Hello guys, this is Anish again from CLS Club of Law Students. Yes, I have made two videos, one on RC for CLAT and one on RC for ALET, right? CLAT is again 5 months away and there must be a lot of pressure. I hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to discuss about CLAT in GK. Now this is where something I personally differ from other my fellow students who have given CLAT or how teachers approach it. So see, I am someone who cleared CLAT with not a lot of prep, right? Last year, so I am a dropper, right? Last year I had a rank of around 900,000 and I went a tier 2 NLU for a few weeks. I'm not going to tell which right now, it's irrelevant. So yeah, last year I got to know about CLAT at the very last moment. I prepared for it for a week. Somehow I was good at other sections and quant, so I cleared it. And this year again I gave CLAT and again I had very little time, so I dropped out of that tier 2 NLU in around in September, October, and then I had like 1 month left for CLAT again. So again I did not really focus on GK. I did do GK, I did do enough GK, which again did not prove very fruitful in actual CLAT given the pattern has kind of changed. But yeah, so my main point was key, in my opinion, we'll get to the second slide, that is what I have always thought, and that is CLAT is not UPSC. Why is GK overrated for CLAT? See, a lot of students, so I was in legal age for a month, right? I was in legal age for a month after coming from the tier 2 NLU. There I saw students who have been like 2-year long classroom programs, so 1 year long. They were doing a lot of GK, like more than 500 topics probably in that 1 or 2 years. And I really felt that is overkill, not just overkill, way too much of overkill for what CLAT is, what CLAT tests, or even ALET for that matter. 500 topics, that's not needed at all. I'll tell you why. So you must be like, okay sir, okay Anish, only 2025 and 2024 paper might not have good CLAT, but previous year papers had great GK, and then it consisted of around it consisted of a lot of GK, like 28 marks we could get for free kind of, right? A lot of people told me that we can get GK marks for free if we just do GK, while other sections you don't know which will go wrong or right. My advice is GK, I have personally solved before giving CLAT 2025 around 6 previous year papers, that is 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, I don't remember if I did or not, but yeah, these 5 years I did. And even if I'm not knowing, like I must not be knowing all the years GK, right? 2024 I may know few, 2025 I may know few, 2023, 22, 21, 20 I don't know, right? I have not really studied all that. I was not preparing for CLAT. I didn't even know what CLAT is in those years, to be very honest. Kind of. So how I still got my so what I was telling is I still got enough marks in those papers while attempting in the proper format, like in 2 hours time limit, with OMR sheet also. I remember I got enough marks to get under 500 rank in all those years while solving those papers. How did I get that? My marks in other sections were much better, were very good. My marks in English, logical, legal, quant are great, and they will always, because that is what I'm good. Okay, you might say, okay Anish, that's what you are good at. You are not good at legal, logical, English or quant. What should we do? So we focus on CLAT. So my point will be that you can get better in other sections and you can improve your scores more by focusing your accuracy and speed in other sections than you can do by GK. Also notice one thing, after 2023, that one point I forgot to tell, which is I think given in here, 50 most important topics only. So see, I'll get to second point later. What I mean by this is, any year CLAT, even before 2024, the CLAT mostly has asked questions from the most highlighted topics of the year. It has asked, it has more focus on the depth of the topic than the width of how many topics you have studied. It has more focus on depth knowledge of any particular highlighted topic than how many topics you have studied. So what you can do, even if let's say the paper will be like of 2023 or 2022, what you can do is, not now, but around August, starting August, you can take a note of all the highlight important topics of the year, right? Also start focusing from last 6 months or 5 months. Don't go back to December, January. Okay, if there is any huge highlighted topic, then you can take that, but otherwise ignore it. So what is the, okay, let's take an example. अभी क्या important हुआ है? अभी एक सबसे important क्या है? Operation Sindoor, India-Pakistan war escalation, right? And one more thing, USA tariffs, right? These two things which are happened, which are very hot in the world. They may ask you question in depth of these topics. They may ask you questions with relation to wars or tariffs or US politics or Indian politics. These things, or Pakistan politics. These things are very highlighted topic. You should try to go on depth of GK of like just 30, 40, 50 topics, max 50 max. And when can you do that? Not now, after July, I feel. For August, September, October, November. It should be enough. 4 months is enough to do all the GK you will need for CLAT or ALET, right? And how will you get those 50 topics? Well, you can just, there will be a lot of YouTube videos by a lot of teachers, or you can yourself find out yourself, make highlight of what are the important topics of this year. Ask any teacher, anything. There are a lot of sources available. Even you can ask ChatGPT, AI, use AI. They are helpful. Alright, so that is it. That is the 15 most important, what I mean of 15 most important topics. Any year, what I was saying again, any year from 2020 to 2023 that I also noticed that topics mostly come from the important highlighted events of that year. They don't go really like random, what is happening in any random state. What is happening, a small event, a small start, they don't go in that, they go on highlighted topics. Alright, now, so there's also one thing which is often, advised to CLAT aspirants, that is read newspapers for GK. What else is, newspaper reading is a good habit. If you have 6 months or a year for CLAT, read newspaper. Indian Express, preferably, or Hindu, both are good. So, it's a good habit, as in what I mean by this habit highlight is that it is good for law in general, it is good for your personality, it is good for your intellect in general. It is not particularly the best thing for GK, right? You can cover more content by studying less without focusing on newspapers. But it is a great habit. So if you have a 6 months or a year for that, or NLSIU or any law exam, you can read newspaper. It is a great habit for lawyers. Take up any newspaper and read their editorials, random news, these things. It will also help in GK, but most important, it will help your reading speed, it will help your intellect, it will help your knowledge, general knowledge of world, right? And that is a great thing. That is a great thing, really, especially in law. It is a great thing. So do it for that. Make that habit. Not for GK, but for your overall personality, for overall prep. Right. Now, that is what I meant by CLAT is not UPSC, that you don't need to cover a lot of topics like UPSC is 100,000 topics. You don't, 100 to 1,000, that's a lot, you don't need to do that. Now, short notes, contemporary GK. What I mean by this is that, see, when you make a for any topic you choose, for those 50 important topics, whenever you start making that, even if you start making now, let's say you want to अभी से start करना है तुमको, अभी से तुमको हर महीने 10 topic का बनाना है notes, that is a great thing, you can do that, okay, if you have time. Okay, wait, some people might be asking कि सर अगर GK में इतना time नहीं देंगे तो फिर किस में देंगे? Like, okay, wait, no, sorry, it's the wrong way I said कि what I meant was, अगर तुम जीके में इतना टाइम नहीं दोगे राइट, तो फिर यू हैव टाइम फॉर अदर सेक्शंस राइट. You can help, you can improve your other sections, quant, legal, logical, English. These sections are very scoring and these need practice. These needs practice. Mock analysis, solving a lot of sectionals, understanding how to approach questions, how to read passages. If you don't focus that much on GK, if you focus on most important topics, then you will save time and focus on other sections. There's one more point that I forgot to add was, while doing this 50 most important topics, you can be assured of maybe not full but how 15 by 28 for sure. Sorry, chat language. For sure. Yeah. So even if you like, let's say someone who is doing like 1000 topics, 500 topics, a lot of students do that, I've seen it in coachings. So they might get what, 22, 23, and you will get 15. Oh sir, that is a bad thing. They are getting 7 more than me. Yes, they are. But you know, a lot of students that I saw in my coaching was that they were great at GK, they were great at random knowledge. And this is if the paper comes like 2023, even worse and even harder GK than 2023 or 2022 or any year like that, right? This is not if the paper comes like 2024, 2025. If the paper comes again like 2024 or 2025, then there is no use of itna GK study. You have seen the paper, you must have solved it. If you are preparing seriously, there is no need of that. So yeah, that is in the worst case scenario that you get 15 and they get 22. They're not going to get full in GK. No one gets, very rarely they get full in GK. Right. So, sir, we lost 7 marks. Okay, you lost 7 marks, but you gained marks in other sections. You saved your time. You focused on other section. You improved your accuracy. You improved your reading speed in other sections. That helps a lot. That helps a lot in that. Really, trust me on that. Right. So that is it. And short notes point again. Whatever topic you're making note of, whatever topic you're doing, make a short note of that. You might forget it later on. So any topic, like take a topic, let's say operation Sandur 0.1 A. Okay, let's see. So any okay, I don't remember the details, but yeah, do it. A, B, C, dates, right? Who were the important people in that, what led to that, what previous India-Pakistan wars have happened. Do it for CLAT and also do it for ALET. Like remember the small points. Also ALET ke one-liners you can take from compendiums. In my opinion, I also suggest one thing, ki CLAT Express compendium I feel is better than CLAT. I'm not endorsing anything on anyone, but I feel they are more precise, they are more they are smaller and more focused. As CLAT post is vast, or many people also do what IS something, right? दृष्टि IS के बड़े वाले. UPSC की प्रेप नहीं कर रहे हो, यही पॉइंट है मेरा. UPSC is not, sorry, CLAT is not UPSC. So do focus on that. Again, I'll revise the points. 50 most important topics only you need to do later on. उसके अच्छे से नोट्स बनाने हैं. उतना फोकस नहीं करना है जीके पे. बाकी टाइम जो बचता है जीके नहीं करने से वो दूसरे सेक्शंस में डिवोट करो. एक्यूरेसी और रीडिंग स्पीड बढ़ाओ. CLAT UPSC नहीं है. न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग इज गुड हैबिट. अगर डाल सकते हो, टाइम है, अभी तो टाइम है, या अभी से प्रेप करो तो डालो. डेली न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ो. इट्स अ ग्रेट हैबिट. और ऑल्सो नॉट जस्ट एडिटोरियल्स, यू कैन रीड अदर सेक्शंस एज वेल. Improves your overall readiness for law and personality. So that is it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. This is Anish. Bye.